What's going on, guys? I saw something online today, and I felt the need to share it with you. Um, Even though I make YouTube videos, obviously I watch tons of them. And one channel that I watch is all time top 10, something like that. I don't know. They're top 10 random videos on all kinds of stuff. But they did a video on top 10 strange facts or amazing facts about SpongeBob. And I clicked on it. I don't know why. I was intrigued, I suppose. And I saw one of the facts was that all the characters on SpongeBob represent a different deadly sin. And this information came from the guy who does the voice for Plankton. So it's like a legitimate claim. And I'm like, what? And I just looked it up and I found a site. It's called ohmygodfacts.com, omgfacts.com. I'll put a link in the description box directly to what I'm about to read. And it explains this. And it looks like it's true. And I never picked this up. It's one of those weird things. The movie Seven is one of my all-time favorite, like, horror. It's not really a horror movie, but, like, I guess you would say dark dramas. Fantastic movie. I'm a huge Morgan Freeman fan to begin with, but just a great movie in general. And of course, it focuses on the deadly sins. And so I'm reading this, and it's just really weird, but cool. So if you're a SpongeBob fan, you should know this, I think. So first is greed, and Mr. Krabs represents greed. This one's pretty self-explanatory. We all know who watched SpongeBob SquarePants. I haven't watched it recently, but my sister, growing up, watching her all the time and babysitting for my parents and stuff, and when she came home from school, she'd have her crap on TV, and SpongeBob was always playing. So it's not like I specifically was searching, SpongeBob to watch, but I watched probably all the episodes because she constantly had it on. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Krabs' greed. It says, this is by far the most obvious. Eugene Krabs made painfully clear throughout the series he is constantly thinking of ways to turn a profit, yada yada. We all know that. That's actually, once you start thinking about the characters, that's the one that makes the most sense right off the bat. That greed is represented by Mr. Krabs. Okay, envy. And if you really think about this, you'll probably guess all the characters. Envy is Plankton. And obviously, we know Plankton is very envious of Mr. Krabs and his success. The chum bucket sucks, as we all know. And no one wants to eat there, so he's representing envy and constantly trying to get one over on Mr. Krabs. Sloth. This one, again, should be painfully obvious at this point. That would be Patrick. Patrick is Sloth, chilling under his rock. Pride is Sandy. This one I kind of read because obviously it has to fit if you're going to be thinking about this. But it says the fact that Sandy Cheeks is from Texas alone should almost suffice for this one. She's a squirrel that is very proud of her heritage, so much that in one episode she nearly moved back home. Yada, yada, yada. You can read the rest on the site if you want. Number 5, Wrath, and that would be Squidward. Squidward Tentacles has no qualms about expressing his negative outlook on life, whether it be by describing how much he hates his job at the Krusty Krab or through outward disdain for his 2 obnoxious neighbors, blah, blah, blah. You can read more. Gluttony, that would be Gary. Meow. Now this one's a bit trickier. Those who have watched a great deal of the series will have noticed a number of jokes about SpongeBob having to remember to feed his pet snail. To be honest, Gary doesn't do a whole lot besides eating and meowing, and the meowing is often due to the fact that he is hungry. Once when SpongeBob hadn't fed his pet, Gary shown eating parts of their couch. In another episode, Gary runs away from home because SpongeBob forgot to feed him for a while. Another time when SpongeBob had amnesia, Gary ate a year's supply of snail food and became morbidly obese. This proves beyond a doubt that when left to his own devices, Gary would rather do nothing but eat. So that would be gluttony. And the last one is lust. And SpongeBob himself represents lust. I'm going to read this to you. This website, this article, how they explain it. Our final analogy is probably the least apparent because we typically think of lust in a sexual sense. However, the alternative definition for lust is simply a passionate desire for something. In this sense of the word, it cannot be denied that our absorbent yellow friend is an extremely lustful creature. SpongeBob has a lust for life that is incomparable to most other cartoon characters. I agree with that. He yearns for the affection of both friend and foe alike, is eager to please, and will often stop at nothing to complete a task. So, yeah, that's just really just blew my mind. I was reading this and like, because at first I'm like, it's kind of a stretch. I'll look into it. Why not? And then I read this awesome article which breaks it down for everyone. And it's just a really interesting, weird thing. One thing I like about SpongeBob, as well as a lot of modern cartoons, is that they give something for the mature audience to enjoy. I grew up on Looney Tunes, and Looney Tunes kicks ass, and it's the best cartoons you can possibly watch, hands down. But, today's cartoons, there's little innuendos that are apparent for the grown-ups, the parents, the older siblings to watch, because if you're stuck, and this is actually pretty ingenious of the creators of these cartoons, if you're stuck watching your son or daughter's cartoons, or your little brother, little sister, whatever, it gets pretty monotonous, and just it becomes irritating, especially certain cartoons, just super irritating. But when they do something and they have these little hidden things for adults to appreciate, and adult jokes, skips right over the child viewer and goes right to the parent or the sibling, whatever, and you kind of, chuckle to yourself. Not that anyone goes, ha ha, chuckle, chuckle. No, but when you're kind of laughing, thinking like, oh, that kid doesn't understand that, but I got it, and it's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. I have to say, SpongeBob had a lot of that, a lot of little hidden things that kids wouldn't understand, but it was a nice little shot for the adults watching anyway, so it keeps their attention as well. So anyway, in conclusion, I would have to say that this is 100% correct, whether on purpose or by accident. It's a little too coincidental to be accidental. I do believe now that the main characters of SpongeBob SquarePants do in fact represent the 7 deadly sins. So click on the link below, read the article, and make up your mind for yourself. But I thought that was just really interesting. And there's a bag in the way the whole freaking time. Hope you can see my face. Obviously not prepared for this video. If you're wondering what's in this bag, I'll give you a little peek now that you're curious. That smells good. I have some Figaro cigars, which I'll do a review in the future on. And you can't see crap because this is a very low quality webcam video. Oh, smells amazing. So yeah, you'll see a review on that in the future. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep an open mind and enjoy your cartoons. I will see you soon. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.